It's the podcast that is having a cuppa. Do you take milk? No? The cows thank you. It's Power Word Roll.
Yes, we should probably go have a... Okay. Come, quickly. We'll go to his office. You now pull up to a sort of normal-looking door, and he knocks on the glass of the door, where you can see it says, Dr. Azibo. Hello. Okay, give me a sec.
Just as we're going into the room, I want to drop my snake on the floor outside.
Okay, and as the door opens and you see a turtle man, very old, with big, like what looks like eyebrows, but they're sort of big, heavy scales, with a massive tie, like a red tie, around his shell.
Hello there, Gainsborough, you stuck-up old fool. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Doctor. May we come in?
Yeah, come on in. Come in my office. Hello there, tall one. It's a pleasure. Oh, hello, even taller. Oh, come in.
Hello.
And he's going to be gravely disappointed to find out that Kira's short.
and then, hello there, you as well. Please come in, sit down. You want a cup of tea?
Oh, yes, lovely. Do you have oolong?
I got tea.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be right, thank you.
What's the vibe of this office?
It's really quite cute. It's like that professor that collects way too many mementos from all the students.
Right.
And they're just all over the place.
Every time someone buys him like a world's best teacher mug, it just goes on the shelf.
Oh yeah, there's like several mugs on one shelf.
How do turtles sit down? Specially made
Depends
chair?
how you ask them.
Sorry, I've derailed this whole thing. Continue.
I'm not trying to picture that. The way he manages to...
What do you mean that?
Nice!
After some sort of pleasantries, he sort of sits back in his beanbag and
Good shit.
pours you tea.
So what's all this about here? Well, actually, I have two things to discuss with you. These, the big box and the little box. And you can see the big box is yours and the little box is his.
Yeah, it is.
Let's do the little box. They're usually a bit more interesting. Okay, and this is a big reveal for my compatriots here as well. Oh, sorry, I didn't do introductions. Well, what are names anyway? Oh, sorry. Name's Dr. Jurdlon Azibo.
He's a gazebo! I'm sorry!
My
next character's called Jurdlon Azibo.
My name's Jurdlon Azibo. I'm an expert in religious artifacts and
I love that the fact that you've written this means it's full of academics.
There's a lot about me, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay. So
Let's get this box open right now.
Very well. I came across this when purchasing items from Toons. I know that the Orate Empire are actively looking for this, but I don't know why. I'd rather not find out from them, so I thought it'd be best to come to you and ask. And then he starts to lift the box and reveals an ornate gold scarab with sort of black inlay of like a black onyx-like gemstone, and it's this beautiful carving.
Greg puts his hand out.
It's so good.
Leave it in the box, Greg. Just briefly, and he holds it up to you.
Greg goes, yes.
well, this is a scarab of protection. It's particularly potent against necromancy, so I can understand why the Orate Empire may want to get their hands on it. It's essentially it's a defense against necromantic spells. I'll give you full notes on this. I have a reference here, and he pulls down a book and hands it to Dr. Gainsborough.
Can I interject and say, we were in Murd Kabir, and they were doing and I saw a lot of things that looked a bit like this.
Like this?
Well, no, not like that, but I want to say the similar aesthetic.
This is believed to be part of the ancient royal line before they started practicing divine lichdom. At least that's what I managed to discern from it. It's sort of, yes, it's about the same time period as Murd Kabir.
Right.
During the wars for the Tashmasi Peninsula.
Bloody wars coming in here, taking us turtles off our land and putting all those sun elves in charge. You know, we were here first. We were here before all of you. And he points to Kia. And you think she leans back in his chair.
I am terribly sorry. She is basically a child, though, so please go let on.
Children need it.
What is the deal with divine lichdom?
Oh, it's a whole thing, you know. There's a way that those despots can be in charge forever. They supposedly made a pact with the god of death and the god of the sun and said it was okay, and they're allowed to live forever and look after the Sun Elf people and also us, apparently, because we live here as well. It's a whole thing.
It sounds, honestly, from an outside perspective, sounds a little bit creepy.
It's very creepy.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
They have to have all their organs removed, their rat bandages, and then they have animal heads put on there. Well, they're wooden, but big old animal heads. Very creepy. But everybody worships them. Apparently they're messengers of the gods and all that.
Oh, okay.
Kind of crap.
I'm assuming there are lots of books around.
Yeah, there are many.
Grayson's going to pick up a random book.
Don't touch that. That's mine. What do you want that for? That's, taxonomy of religious artifacts from Cowdland.
No, you're right. You saved me the trouble.
He's got a short attention span.
Right. Oh, well, and he goes over to his desk and gets like one of those.
Yo-yo.
Yeah, no, it's like one of those desk toys where it's like sand. No, it's like sand and like gel, and like you move it and it moves in different ways. Play with this.
Greg's like outstretched hand is.
There you go.
I need that.
Give it to all the kids that visit the office.
How does one become a divine lich?
You'll be a member of the royal family.
Say that one was not a member of the royal family.
And then you can't become a divine lich, can you?
Yeah, someone did it first before they were.
Well, I mean, you could try and talk to the god of death, but I think a lot of people are trying to do that.
So if you had an item to guard against necromantic magics, and you were a divine lich, why would you not? Why would you need it?
Oh, well, so essentially this scarab, let's say that you do a lot of necromantic magic, this protects you against it. It's the ultimate protection against it.
Are you saying it would stop you from being harmed by a divine lich, or are you saying if you were a divine lich and someone threw this at you, you would stop becoming a divine lich?
It would help stop you being harmed by a divine lich. They couldn't use any necromancy on you.
I understand why they want it so badly.
Though if you did...
Too dangerous in the wrong hands.
Exactly. If you did use it, it would crumble to dust. But thank you. That's brilliant. It's going to be part of the collection. You're coming down for the launch. Oh, yeah. I got your invitation. I'll be there. It's just a long journey.
And he's really slow. He's like, I'll leave now and I'll be there in 3 months' time.
I'm going to try and get access to the teleportation circle. I know they're weird about it here, but...
Are we going to crack open another box?
Do you want to?
Yeah. By opening this box, may find yourself in the interest of some very unpleasant people.
There's unpleasant people all about the place in the city. So.
Okay.
What kinds of unpleasant people?
The Setesh.
Oh, those bastards.
And also, a large fish with 3 glowing eyes.
So the Setesh.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I wasn't sure, but I thought I'd better.
What, did you think I'd flinch? The bastard.
I just kind
asshole.
I'm not quite sure what kind of serpent he was, but I have seen a couple like him before.
He ain't a serpent, he's an ibeleth.
An ibeleth?
Ibeleth.
That makes sense.
You know? Yeah, of course you know. You're from the fucking sea.
He just raises his eyebrows for a second. It's like, yeah.
The ibeleths, they're conniving bastards. His name is Sea Tyet.
How do you know so much about this aboleth?
Look, I work in the city, and I've come into contact with the underworld once or twice. More my son has, little bastard. But he's doing better now. He's at college. Had a troubled first 100 years.
I can't wait for this beautiful coming of age story.
I know of the Setesh, and I know, and there's also anybody who's against the Empire but lives here is on one or two sides. They're either with the Setesh or they're against them. He's a bastard, though, Sea Tyet, supposedly. Never seen him myself, of course.
Well,
do you both just turn around and stare at Kia?
Yeah.
And Greg just goes, well...
What?
So I might have caught a glimpse earlier this evening.
Well, good thing you're alive, God.
Through your familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, you a wizard. I suppose the hat should have been a giveaway. I'm a cleric myself. Can't be bothered with any of that arcane malarkey.
Yeah, fair enough. Shall we move on? Do you want to step outside
doing-
and catch some air?
Yeah.
Well, first off, are you okay, young miss? You want water? I can get water.
I think I might just take a step out and...
She's a wizard, but they do like studying and they get quite tired. So she's ready to go.
Lethargic.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fine, really. She's just a bit claustrophobic.
We're just like worried that he's going
And,
to start
sorry,
asking wizard questions.
Gainsborough is going to do a deception.
Yeah.
We should go, sure, go outside, no problem.
I mean, you know what I'm going to do as soon as I get outside. I'm going to find somewhere...
Gainsborough doesn't, but
No, I
he's
know.
like trusting you and is covering your ass.
I know.
In character, he's asking about her wizard stuff. She needs to leave before he asks any more fucking tricky questions.
Yeah.
To distract from this moment, I go over and I unlock the box. Please don't be too shocked.
I should have gone for the big one first.
Yeah, I just pull it open. I'm just
Oh.
like...
Oh, that's bright. Oh, God. Oh.
You were smuggling us into Mud Kabir.
You were smuggling. Give me a
And we
sec.
found out what it was, and we thought we couldn't let the
I don't know what
Setash
it
and
is.
the Aboleth have it.
Right, well, I don't know what it is yet, so give me a second. And he sort of starts casting as a ritual, identify.
At the behest of the Setash.
Yes, with the Setash.
You were
Unbeknownst to
with the
us.
Sadash?
We didn't know that.
Briefly,
Alright, okay.
smuggling with them. But we stole this from them, you'll be happy to hear.
Ah, right, well, good.
Yes, because we saw it and thought it might be... best that it didn't get into the wrong hands.
Well, what do you know about it?
Sorry, it's a Sailor's tear?
So you know shit, is what you're saying.
It's an eye of Satan, not a tear.
Ah,
Tears
right,
in the
okay, you know
small.
something. Well,
I'm feeling very chastised this episode.
Greg's like, just the galaxy brain is unlocking this episode.
Greg just steps into a library and suddenly...
And just
knowledge!
Goes, puts
This
on
is a
glasses
thing!
and just goes, perhaps.
You just step in and suddenly absorb all of this knowledge.
Yeah.
so,
From the moon.
no. Yeah, no, you think it would be, but no.
What's it
So-
from then?
Well, you see, Salem's Eye is a myth, firstly. No such thing. Salem's tears, yeah, they're all over the place. They come down, fall from the sky, but, well, you know what's the difference between these and them? They're
Size?
smooth. No, well, size, yes, but they're smooth. They probably start out around this size, but then they go through the atmosphere.
That doesn't matter. You know. It's about how people use this.
They probably start around this size, but then they go through the atmosphere, get smaller and smaller and smoother until they're that teardrop shape, and then people use them. No. This was either taken straight from the moon,
Cool.
or it was made by a powerful celestial.
How would you even create something like this?
Divine magic. Powerful divine magic. More powerful than anybody on the material plane could possibly be capable of. And this, nobody should have.
That's what we thought. So what does it do?
It controls people. It controls powerful people or lots of people. But this would melt any normal person's mind. Now I can see why the Setash had this. The Setash are led by an Aboleth. They don't have one mind in Aboleth. They have the mind of every single one of their ancestors.
So the Aboleth could safely use it.
Exactly. They retain the memories and brain capacity and everything of every single forefather. They have the Aboleths, and they reproduce asexually when it's time to die. So they remember the beginning of time. They have the capacity to use this item because they can just withstand that. And they would be able to control pretty much anyone they wish.
Good thing we took it.
Yes, very, very. They'd probably try to take control of the continent.
Especially considering the Pharaoh was about to visit Merkabir.
Right, well then that was probably what they were doing. Which is scary, because they very nearly took control of a pharaoh.
If not for us.
We look at him and we're like, yeah, we know.
Yes, so
I know we're not the heroes that you wanted, but the heroes that you got.
We're the heroes you deserve. How powerful would you have to be to use it?
well, you'd have to be, first off, incredibly powerful in enchantment magic. You'd have to be well-versed. And secondly, you'd have to, have the capacity to use it. You have to be extremely powerful. My question is, where did the Setash get it from? That's the question. You know, like, who had this originally?
Well, we came from Vestige, didn't we?
The Academy?
Yeah.
Well, they would have... No, they would have kept on the lock and key.
What if it came through the rift?
No way, that's arcane.
There's a-
This is divine. My working theory would be that this was either taken from the moon by some powerful entity or created by a celestial and gifted to a mortal.
Oh, okay.
What kind of mortal would a celestial want to give this kind of power to?
Maybe they were in love. You don't know.
Do gods fall for mortals?
Not the gods, but celestials. It's been known to happen.
All sorts of people can fall for all sorts of people.
What are you going to do with it? You can't keep this.
Take it back to the academy? If that's where it came from.
It's a terrible idea.
I know someone who might be able to handle this.
Handle it. You don't want somebody who handles this. You don't give this to somebody. You hide it or you destroy it. So unless you have a good place to hide it, I recommend you destroy it.
How would we destroy it?
Good question. People used to get rid of, well, not get rid of, but dispose of sacrifice. Saloon's tears down south. It was part of a worship, forgotten god long ago. We know in the Temple of the Waxing Moon in the Silvered Fenlands down south, they used to take tears of Saloon and give them as gifts to the moon itself. They used to sacrifice them, send them back from whence they came.
If we can send this back to the moon, that'll be the safest place for it.
Exactly.
Time to build a rocket!
Ayun, is the Temple of the Waxing Moon near the eastern stretch at all? I know you're familiar with that area.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
It's the Silvered Finlands.
Is that I don't know where that is.
It's the next region over.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you've been there.
No, actually, I'm quite a homeboy, actually, when it comes down to it.
But then you're up here in the desert.
Well, you know, every homeboy needs a gap year.
That's fair.
And Greg nudges Ayun and just goes, Kia.
Greg thinks Kia's on a gap year.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Until, now, when it's all the warlock stuff, and he's like, I thought she was like that book.
I thought that's what the teenagers did. They just joined a smuggling band to see the world.
Why not?
It's near Baal Se'il.
Right.
Yeah, so if you head there,
Can I roll deception?
yeah.
14.
You really haven't traveled much, have you? How do you get here?
Oh, honestly, a bit of an accident. Funny story, but we don't have time now.
Alright, oh. Either way, if you
It's
want...
amazing how much people just be like, okay.
If I'd say the most sensible course of action is to take this there and get rid of it forever.
Is there not somewhere nearer here that we could go? I mean, I've really just come out of the snow and I prefer not to go back right away.
That's the only way I know. Anything else?
Yes, I had a question, actually.
Alright.
There was something about, an old god. It was in a book about...
Well, you're asking the right guy.
Yeah. A book about forgotten dead gods, maybe. I don't remember the exact title, but we put it back on the shelf, so...
You said the knowing one?
That wasn't what I was going to ask. You go first, Ayun.
Damn it.
The knowing one, great old ones.
Yes, it's Kia's thesis project, actually.
Great old ones. That's at the academy? Nah, I ain't buying that bullshit.
What were they trying to do?
Kill the gods, the current gods,
Why?
to take their place.
Okay, and what would happen if they did that?
They would have been the new gods.
No, for people.
Define people,
Like you and me.
as in mortals.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but in this grand multiverse, I've got to say, people is a very vague term. I mean, look at you. You ain't even got scales. You're closer.
It's like you warm-blooded pussy.
Yeah, I'm looking at Gainter and I'm like,
I'm sorry.
hold me back because
look,
I am gonna...
Look, he's part of the reason I got the tusks round it. It's a whole thing.
So what did he say towards Greg?
He's saying that you're more like a people than I am. Yeah.
Why? Oh, because I have fur.
According to him.
Because you're more animalistic.
So for you and me, what would it matter that
Well, you see, I'll just be a change in management, I think. Well, we went Irish there.
I think.
Oh, you know, you went Western. You're changing management.
I think I'll be seeing the high seas if the old ones are in charge. Sponge boy, me Bob. I'd be sailing the high seas if the old ones are in charge. No, that's not like him.
It's gone.
I'm instantly like hiccuping as soon as I try and do that.
Sounds right.
I think it'd basically be a change in management.
There were warlocks for them. So what would happen with that?
There are warlocks, no matter what the church be sort of saying, bloody bastards.
What's the deal with warlocks? Are they evil?
Most of them, yeah.
Well, that's fair.
You get the few good ones, people who worship some of the summer court, the archfey. Of course, people, moon elves down south, you have warlocks who help communities.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No,
yeah.
don't you?
Sort of. I'm not really involved with that. I'm not really a warlock kind of person.
He's going to do an insight check.
I see. So sorry. You're a cleric. To which god are you a cleric? I'm sorry, I didn't ask before.
I'm a cleric to a concept, which is possible. It's about devotion. It's about finding a notion of perfection within an idea. And for me, that's the pursuit of knowledge.
I'm side-eyeing the shit out of Gainsborough at this point.
Gainsborough's now looking at him and is sort of like nodding along. He seems like, this is the one bit I like about this guy. This is why he ain't bad.
Okay.
You don't need to worship something powerful deity. You just need to worship something noble. And with that nobility, divine magic can find its way to you. For me, that's finding truth in a study of the divine, in the study of the heavens themselves. You see, turtles worship druidic magic. And so, through druidic magic, I believe in the spirits of knowledge.
I see. That's quite a lot like what you do, I guess.
Oh, yes, I can do a little bit of druidic magic here and there.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to ask.
All right.
While we were going through, Kiayun and myself, there was lots of fruit there. There was some parrots with some weird magic on them. Was it divine?
Yes, it was. It was divine magic. I think Kia picked it up. We had a good job. We had an altercation, I guess, with two parrots while we were there. They dropped straight dead in front of us, two of them at the same time.
It was
divine
a terrible
magic.
omen. Terrible omen.
That's a bad omen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's a rubbish omen. You don't want that kind of omen.
But they had some kind of divine magic on them, or on the feather at least.
Do you have the feather?
Unfortunately not. I tried to take it, but Ayun disposed of it.
Why do you travel with these people?
In their defense, I was quite upset about the whole thing, because it's obviously a terrible, terrible omen.
Yeah, no, that's a significant artifact. You gotta keep on to something like that.
Greg hits the table with his hand and just looks at Ayun.
Everyone's wailing on Ayun this episode.
It's just more Greg. I'm sorry, it's just Greg and Dr. Azibo. I didn't expect this to be a thing.
Bouncing off each other. We should.
It's because, again, it's rolled so well in, random, I pick up a book and I read, and it's yeah, you get it, absolutely, I understand it. Oh,
I've
fantastic.
just been trying not to laugh for this long. Okay, back.
Greg has discovered his future as a researcher.
Absolutely. He's gotta just stay in research.
He's like, I know books.
I want to retire my character. I mean, I would love to retire here anyway.
Greg's research is he just goes into every book and just opens the middle and just reads 2 pages of every book.
Of every single, he's pick any book, I can recite the 2 middle pages to you.
I mean, that sounds like every student.
I had my reasons.
Sure thing.
Greg puts his hand on Ian's shoulder.
Dr. Azibo, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank you very much for everything. And whilst this was all happening, cut to Kia. And so, can you do an investigations?
It's like 1, you don't find it. Anyway.
15.
It takes a while, but on the second floor you manage to find a sort of secluded corner, a section of geology. I was thinking what's a boring place where people wouldn't go? Good place for a nap? Geology.
The anthropology section of the library.
Yeah, There we go. He goes to the anthropology section and then goes and...
Realistically, though, it actually would be, like, empty. Like, it truly would be, like, no one would be there because it would be all Sun Elf propaganda.
Yeah.
Like, in actual fact,
No, that's
reason,
actually,
it would all
good
be
point.
Sun Elf, just like Sun Elves are the best, and anthropology is no need because Sun Elves.
Well, like early anthropology.
That's basically.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that I think geology is real cool, and we only hate anthropology because Conrad loves it.
Yeah. And you plonk yourself down. Are you going to enter snake mode?
Yeah, so I want to basically curl up as if I'm having a nap, so it just looks like I'm asleep.
Yeah.
But then, yeah.
Roll deception for me.
Natural one.
You think your eyes close, they reopen
Right, okay.
and glow white.
Okay.
So,
Spooky shit.
yeah, you enter the snake's vision. So it takes you, sort of searching through, you go up to the next floor, you search there, and there's nothing really there. There's the same ornate carving, there's the books become more extravagant as they seem to get older as you get closer and higher up the tower. And eventually, you manage to get to what you assume to be the tallest point. And there is a locked door. However, there is grating that you can get through at the side.
Can I look through first?
On the inside, everything's very finely decorated. There are books on pedestals in glass, display cases, I should say. Do you want to go inside?
Yeah, after looking around and going, there's probably not anyone who's going to see me in here. I'm going to head in and start probably looking at the books in the cases first, because they're...
It's hard. You
display.
can't really see them because they're raised. You'd have to wrap around and try, and even then it would be quite difficult in snake form to see. But there's a set of stairs that goes sort of wraps around the side. It goes up. You could probably slither up the banister there and get a higher view of things.
Yeah.
And so doing that, the first thing you notice is as you're slithering up the banister, you see that there are sort of these glass statues of different dragon wormlings of the chromatic colours dotted about the place. It takes you a second scanning the room, but eventually, on the raised platform up the stairs, you see in one of the glass display boxes the book you're looking for. Its colour is dark red and orange. It seems to be a sort of velvety material.
Okay. I'm a bit concerned about how long I've probably just been sitting in a corridor.
I was about to say,
So I'm going to snap back to out of...
because as soon as you're thinking to snap back, you just feel your body being nudged.
Yeah, right.
And you snap back, and there's a Fire Ganassi looking over you. Hello, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, sorry, must have dozed off for a bit.
What's wrong with your eyes? What was wrong with your eyes?
Well, what are you talking about?
They were glowing.
No, I was just practicing a bit of magic before I did it, and I'm just going to do a prestidigitation and make my eyes, go purple.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I can just...
Roll deception for me.
16.
That's cool. That's good. Sorry, I'm not meant to talk to you.
Oh, no, I don't mind.
No,
That's fine.
I can't. I'm not allowed to. I'll get back to my job. Can I see your card? Quickly, sorry, I meant to say that. Yeah, cool. Sorry, bye. And he sort of sheepishly goes back to pushing a cart.
Okay.
And you've come back and you see Greg and Gainsborough saying goodbye to Dr. Azibo. Oh, it was lovely having you.
It was lovely to meet you too.
You're
Greg
welcome.
extends a big meaty palm for him to shake.
And with a surprisingly strong grip, he sort of returns the shake and...
Thank you very much. And if anyone asked about we were here, especially if they're Setesh related, please don't point them in our direction.
I didn't intend to.
Good.
Okay, bye. And he closes his door. Where's Kia?
And Ayun, don't know where they've gone.
Ayun, hello.
Yes. I haven't managed to find her yet. I'm still going to keep looking. If you want to go back and tell Seb that I'm not available, I will keep looking for her.
Why don't me and Dr. Gainsborough stay and do that, and you go and say see Seb?
No, I really
You
feel
choose.
like I'm the right person to help.
Sorry, do I actually see, everyone else here, just so...
Oh yeah, you're walking up the stairs at this point.
Okay, so I am walking towards all of you anyway.
No, they're all facing away from
Yeah.
you. Well, you need to find Kia. It doesn't really matter. Who's Seb?
A social call that he should be making.
What?
I'm looking at him and I'm shaking my head vigorously.
Who's Seb?
A nice man that he's met.
Oh, really?
Kia just comes up behind everyone and goes, no need to keep looking up
Oh,
here.
wonderful.
Fantastic, we can head back now!
That was a literal facepalm for the listeners. Well,
We're gonna make her fuck if our life depends on it. Her being you as the player.
should we head off? It's nearly midnight.
Well, I think we all
Must have
should
lost
get
track
back.
of time.
I know that you have a certain priority and you think that you're doing the thing that's best for me, but honestly, I'd rather we didn't.
Wait, do you have a date or do you not?
Not one that I consented to.
Oh.
I just thought it'd be nice. I didn't mean any harm by it.
I'm engaged.
Oh.
To who?
It's complicated, but I don't want to go on a date with anybody because I'm engaged.
That's fine. I'm sorry. I wish you'd told us before.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't have organised it.
No.
Yeah, I just...
Who's the lucky person?
He's from a more noble family than I am, and our match is not sanctioned.
Is that why you told me that you were nobility when we first met?
Yes, I work at the court, but it's complicated. We're in a fight at the moment, which is why I'm not at home.
You're far away from home.
Yeah, this is quite an extreme.
Yeah, how did you get all the way across, the continent?
Well,
Didn't you say you're from the Eastern Stretch?
That's a long way away.
yes,
But there is no nobility in the Eastern Stretch.
not that you know of.
Not for thousands of years.
There's nobility in the Eastern Stretch.
No, there isn't.
No,
Not for a long time since... Why did you have that book on you?
And what was on that page?
Is now the time to be discussing it?
No, you're right. But we'll have this conversation later.
Hooray!
And this time you'll have to come clean about what's going on.
No.
Thank you for listening to Power Word Roll. If you enjoy the show, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Otherwise, a positive review is the best way to help us out. The best place for those is on iTunes. All our social media at linktree/powerwordroll. That's linktr.ee/powerwordroll. But for now, from Annie, Naomi, Henry and myself, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Well, probably. It's not. It's a few days on the road. I think I can... it's a few weeks on the road. I could go there and... I might have a go have a look at that.
Well, make sure you don't miss Gainsborough's opening,
Oh, yeah, Gainsborough.
I miss Gainsborough's opening.
And you continue to miss it every night when you're